Hi, everyone. This is Aaron, and today I am here with Pastor Matt Powell. Pastor Matt, you're going to be serving at another church soon, and so I wanted to ask you, why should I serve at my church, and particularly in the areas of music, Sunday worship, and Unicoi on Friday nights?
Yeah, that question, I mean, it really always comes down to the heart. But let me, if I could, put a few things, set a few things out there. I think no matter whatever God has gifted us with, we're called to be stewards of whatever God has gifted us with, which means that ultimately we're going to be held accountable to how we've lived our life. And especially with regards to this question, we're going to be held accountable to how we use our gifts. So, for example, if for a person who is musically talented, who is a Christian, that is how he or she should serve the church, because that is a gift that God has gifted that person with. To not use that in service for the church would be selfish. I'm reminded in Romans chapter 12 where Paul he reminds the Romans that for those having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them, and let us use them. The idea is that we have certain gifts and we should be using it for the service of the church. And remember, in Romans chapter 12, the context at this point is going to be about serving in the local body and whatnot. So having said that, though, I think that you want to be careful, because we don't want to go into the extreme side of legalism, meaning that, hey, you should always be serving in this way every single time if possible. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I do think that there is a measure of discernment needed, that if you cannot serve all the time, and none of us can, you need to be willing to admit that. I would say when it comes to the case of Friday nights and Sundays, just take your pick. Take your pick. I think when it comes to regards to the parachurch versus the local church, however, I think no matter what, your gifts and your service should always go to the local church versus a parachurch. The good thing about Unicoi and on Sundays is that all this is part of the local church. It's part of the local church ministries. And so I do think that at that point you have a complete, it's up to you basically whether or not you want to serve either on Friday night or Sunday. If you can serve in both to serve the church in a loving way. Ultimately, when we serve, it should be done out of a heart of love and out of a heart that cares for the church. So I don't think you can ever push someone to a point and dogmatically say you must serve this or you're being disobedient. I would simply just say, well, if your heart leads you to serve in this way, then you should serve. Now, again, this isn't to say that it's up to you whether or not you want to serve or not, because every person should be serving. I think that is a mandate of the church, that every person should be reaching in and out, and Paul makes it clear, let us use them. Every person should be serving. And so I think the question then comes down to how much are you serving? And that's where it would come down to your own heart. If you're just not serving because you're just being selfish, well, that's not a good reason. If you're not serving because you're being burnt out, whatever it is, then that's okay. But you want to have a discerning and a balanced view on serving with the gift that you have, particularly within Unicoi, music, or Sunday worship.
Thanks, Pastor Matt, and thank you everyone for listening. Remember to ask us all of your questions or check out our archive at unicoiquestions.tumblr.com. Thanks. See you soon.